Hey everybody, John here. We're gonna install this 3-piece Mustang taillight tint kit on this car. As you can see, we've got them pre-cut exactly into the shapes that you're gonna need to install these very, very easily. First, we're gonna install the one furthest to the outside. It's the smallest. And there's one trick here to making the install very, very easy. Let me go ahead and show you that first up. I'm gonna separate the tint from the backing paper, and I'm just gonna lay it right back on top. And look, I'm gonna slide it to where now only the leading edge of the tint is exposed. This is gonna help me go right into the light. Put that down. I just tacked right here first. I'm gonna apply the rest of the edge and make sure that I like the location of the tint. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back up and adjust it just a little bit. See how easy that was? But I wanted to get a little bit more on the bottom edge here. That I'm much happier with. So I've applied that little bit that was exposed, pull this forward, and now just working from the back, moving up to the next body line, so the next ridge on this taillight. I'm just gonna work the tint down. Put a little crease in it on accident, it's okay. Pull it back up to that crease and just work it down. I'm not pulling or trying to stretch or do anything weird with this tint. This is a very flat light. You only have a couple of edges that you have to deal with here. You do the squeegee, sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. If you see, I'm gonna pull the tint back up to that last body line, just barely hold it off, take the hard part of the squeegee, and try to give myself a new straight line that's on this edge, or this face. I'm gonna squeegee the tint down to the next face, so to the next edge. There we go, perfectly squeegee down, and now all we have to do is wrap this leading edge. You can notice I'm seeing any tension that I might have, and that's why I'm squeegeeing up and down and left and right. I'm just moving it around so that I end up with a nice flat tint. Let's see. Work that all down. Make sure everything is golden here. And now this is where the heat gun comes into play. Soften this tint everywhere, and then help it onto this edge. Take care of the corner first, and then work it around the edge. Doesn't have to go back and tint this entire area back here. Nobody's going to see that. Now, I'm just going to go take care of all the edges, make sure everything is sealed, and the first out of 3 are done. All right, so now we're going to go for the middle piece. It's exactly the same thing. Remove this, put it back down with some of the backing paper exposed. Work on locating the tint. So you're going to get full coverage. There we go. Let's see. Rearrange this one more time. If you need to, use this outside for your view and then push the tint in. There we go. So what I did is I used this corner of the tint and the corner of the light right here behind it, and I just lined those up, and then the tint fell right into place. So that's another little trick. You can just use those corners visually. Again, we'll remove the backing paper out of here. Excellent. And start applying the tint to this face, working your way up to the next edge. There we go. That large face is applied. We've reached the next edge. Use the squeegee to smooth that out with as little tension as possible. Same thing here. Got that. And now we're at the very last one, last body line. Flip it to the hard part of the squeegee. Just help force that tint flat. And squeegee right out. Once again, everything is super easy. You can see we have a little bit of tension on that area that wants to roll back. It's not tension that wants to pull back, It's just us massaging it down. So I'm just gonna heat it, soften it, and then start at the corner, press it in, and then slowly work this edge. Press down there so we get a fully wrapped appearance. I'm just gonna heat the whole thing. Make sure I've massaged everything down. We are 2/3 of the way done. All right, third piece, last one. This car will be done. You would not want to attempt this install outside. Because of this type of tint and how flat these lights are, we don't really need to get aggressive in any of our stretching or shrinking. It's more important that we stay flat. Take that, go right up that whole face. Press against that body line. Work up to the next body line. We're there. That last one always has the most oddness to it because we've already worked over 2 faces. And that's why we always end up with that little bit of weird wrinkling on this edge. But again, we didn't stretch this material, so we're not in jeopardy of that shrinking back. If we can iron those out, we're gonna be solid. And so far, we've been successful every time. Gonna need heat to soften that material. Again, corner first. And slowly around the edge. Notice I don't try to get it all in one hit. I'll end up with little wrinkles all there. So my motion is to slowly go over and turn a little more each stroke and get it rounded around the edge. This is all done. These are done in our Luxe LightWrap clear carbon fiber. This is really cool. It's not much of a tinted look, but as soon as those lights turn on and illuminate, you get this great lit clear plastic carbon fiber look. Unlike the LightWrap textured carbon, this is clear, so you have that high gloss finish and you don't have that 3-dimensional carbon. Looks a little bit better if your car has natural carbon fiber on it. There you go.